Hey everyone, it's Jasmine, and you're currently watching part 2 of my preppy science tutorial. This part of the tutorial is going to be all about making your vector. So let's begin. Switch your color over to black and make a new layer, then drag that layer under. Now in your brushes, you want to select your vector brush, which I will be attaching to the written description, so look for it there if you need it. And then just stamp it on where you want your vector to be. Now I'm going to hide my site model layer and go to my color scheme and then click the first two colors. Then with my magic wand tool, I'm going to make sure contiguous is checked and anti-alias is not checked. And then I'm going to select every other two of these vector lines, I guess you could call them, and once I do that, I'm going to select a round brush. It doesn't have to be round, but it'll get the job done. And then just make sure your first color is selected and paint it on, or brush it on, whatever you want to call it. Then deselect using your keyboard, Control and D, and then just keep going around the vector with every other two. And then you can switch over to your next color, grab your brush, paint that one on, Control D to deselect, go back to your color scheme, select your last two colors, and then I'm going to open up my vector and select the last remaining vector line here and add my color onto it. Now I'm going to deselect and I'm going to go down to FX and stroke, and I'm going to make the size about a 2 or 1. It doesn't matter what you choose as long as you like it. And then make the fill type pattern and select your scan line pattern. Then go to pattern overlay here on this on the side and set the blend mode to soft light. And you can use any pattern you like. I'm going to be using a transparent circle, which looks really nice on most signs. And you can change the opacity if you don't like how it looks. And I think I'm just going to keep mine at 100. And then I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to unhide my site model and right click on any one of them and click Merge Visible. Now I'm going to switch to my last color from my color scheme and grab my paint bucket tool and then fill in the background. This is where you're going to begin to add your brushes. So to do that, select your magic wand tool again, make sure contiguous is the only box checked, and then the same way you did every other two to color them, you want to do every other two to add your brush to it. So I'm just going to use the colors to guide me. I've selected every other two or every one after my sort of pink layer or my pink vector line here, and then I'm gonna grab two lighter colors from my sign here. I'm gonna use this blue, and I'll use this sort of whitish color. And then I'm gonna go to my brushes and I'm going to select a brush. In this case, I think I'm going to use a peace sign brush. And then I'm just going to stamp on my brushes like so. Just go all the way around. And you can use any colors you want, any brushes. I see a lot of diamonds, peace signs, and stuff like that. So I'll be also attaching this to the written description part, so be sure to, if you need them, to check there, and I'm sure they will be there. So just keep going around with your brushes. almost done. Gonna add my last brush on. Then I'm gonna click Control D to deselect. Now I've added the peace signs, and I think I'm going to add, I'm going to once again select every other two vector lines. I'm going to do over the lighter blue this time, and I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to add, I'll add like this leopard-ish, leopard type pattern to it. And I'm going to use just this light blue that I have selected already, and then I'm just going to stamp it on to my vector layers here, like so. Oops. Now I'm going to deselect, and I'm going to select my last vector line, and this is where I'm going to add my Hollister brush. To do this one's a little bit more complicated, but it's really easy. Once you get the hang of it, just make a new layer and make your color white. I suggest always using white. Select your brush tool and your vector, or your, not vector brush, your Hollister brush, and then you want to go to Window, and then open your brushes window, which I already have mine open, but then this should pop up. And then you want to select brush tip and not animation, brush tip shape, and this circle down here will allow you to change the angle of your brush. So once you find the angle that you like, remember this is all on the layer that you made. Once you find the angle that you like, just go ahead and start to stamp on your brushes. This could take time to find the right angle, but once you get it, you'll master it, promise. So I'm just gonna go around my sign, adding the brushes. Almost done. Alright, now I'm gonna go back to my layers, and I'm gonna deselect, and then you can leave the you can leave it on normal if you like. If not, you can change it to soft light or any other option there is here, but normal's probably your best. And you can change the opacity if you want, but in my case I'm keeping mine at 100. And then I'm going to right click on any one of them and click merge visible. So that's how you add your vector to your sign, and be sure to check out part 3 to see how to add your text and a preppy border. So thanks for watching part 1 and part 2, and don't forget to check out part 3. Bye.